Naomi with Naomi's Tarot. If you'd like your own reading, life coaching session, incantation, spell, or spirit channeling, go to naomitarot.com for all of these services. So I just want to clarify a few things in this video, get to know me a little bit more, get to know my views. I'm going to leave the comment section open on here, but if it starts to get nasty like it did on my Trump-Biden comment section, I am going to disable comments and likes, not because I can't take it, but because I'm not looking to repeatedly go back and forth with people and explain myself on my own channel. I just want to do a little get to know me because I think people have some preconceived notions about things about me, or they're like projected a lot of stuff onto me that's not even true. So just more information about me. Even my background, people have been getting wrong. Like they're assuming I'm part of some group that I'm not part of, or part of some ethnicity I'm not part of. I am all Irish and Scottish. I'm American. I was raised a Christian. Okay. I don't believe in Christianity in the sense of a religion anymore, but I still incorporate it into my belief system. I practice Celtic paganism because that is where what my ancestors practiced. I also incorporate Greek and Roman deities into this, but I mostly channel Celtic gods, goddesses, and Greek gods, goddesses. I also believe Jesus existed. I believe he is a powerful force to pray to, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, etc. So I guess I have a combination of ancient Christian Gnostic beliefs mixed with Celtic paganism. And yes, my entire background is Celtic, and I was raised a Christian. So I want to get that clear. So, because I've had people project other things onto me that's not true. I do affiliate. I will not vote. But if my views line up with any party specifically, they line up with the Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party is not far right. In fact, it was hijacked by conservatives who are vastly pro-life when it says right on the Libertarian Party's website that they are pro-choice, because a libertarian essentially means, if you actually read on the website, which a lot of people seem to be uneducated on this and ignorant, very ignorant, is that the Libertarian Party is basically freedom of choice in most things. Less laws, freedom of choice. So any conservatives that may have hijacked that name just because they don't want to be called a conservative and they think libertarian sounds trendy, especially when they're affiliating as pro-life, then turning around saying they're a libertarian, it's not true, because that is one of the fundamental beliefs of libertarians, is pro-choice, and also keeping government out of gay marriage and anything like that. Basically keeping government out of abortion, keeping government out of gay marriage, keeping government out of most things. It also means less handouts, but I'm willing to take that as opposed to having handouts and then having more restrictions on our freedom of speech, because that would be the left. And then the right, as you know, they want to have freedom in other things. They want to have, or the conservatives, I shouldn't say the right, because libertarian does fall more on the right, but it's not on the right in the sense that they want to have freedom of speech, freedom of guns, but then they want to tell women what to do. That is not libertarian at all. So I want to make that clear, because there are some ignorant people who have been going on my channel saying things like, oh, libertarians are far right and it's no different than a conservative. It is much different. So let me school you. I've traveled to several different countries in my life. I have traveled in different countries as well as several different states in the United States. I am somebody also who the one and only marriage that I did have, even though it was short-lived, was intercultural. It was not of somebody of the same background. So I actually walk the walk. I don't go around saying like I'm a far left politically correct person, and then I only associate with white people, which is a contradiction and a little bit of a hypocrisy on the left, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed. But I know not everybody on the left is like that, but there's a lot of hypocrisy. It's like the far left liberals who want to sit in their ivory towers in their all white safe neighborhoods and then turn around and say they support minorities as long as the minorities are not near them. Let's be real. I do not have any children, and I wish to stay child free. May change my mind someday and adopt. I am in support. I have two good friends who did the same thing, who stayed married. So I am in support of whatever anybody's decision is to have children or not have children. I personally don't want them. And like I said, if I change my mind, I'll adopt. I think there are more children that actually need to be helped in this world than need to be brought in to take resources. If other people want to have kids, though, I'm not going to condemn them, but that's my personal belief on how I'm going to live my life. I love animals and have a very deep connection to animals. And I have a very strong connection with them on like a soul level. I really, really, truly feel I do. And it's very important for me to be surrounded by them. Another thing about me is, yes, I do have a background in mental health. And I am very knowledgeable specifically about Carl Jung and the actualization of the soul. And that's why that's important, more important than what Freud said, which was sex and power. More important for a human's fulfillment in life is to actualize their soul and get a deeper connection to spirit and God. I also believe in Viktor Frankl's theory that meaning is the most important thing that we can find in life, not getting things, not success, but meaning, finding meaning out of events. I will say, though, that I don't feel a responsibility to always be a perfect person in my life or pretend that I'm always neutral just because I happen to have a therapy degree. We're all human. That's like saying a doctor, just because he eats fried food, isn't a good doctor and doesn't know anything about healthcare. He can have a lot of knowledge about healthcare, but live his life differently. The same goes for therapists. And I don't think we should be held as healthcare workers to an unfair standard of having to be Mother Teresa or a saint just because we work in a helping profession and have knowledge about one thing. So yeah, can I be a bitch sometimes? Yeah, I can be a bitch. Just because I help people and I'm good at helping my actual previous therapy clients and the ones that I counsel online now doesn't mean that I am perfect. I'm nice to my clients. I give everything I can to my clients, but I don't owe anybody who's not a client anything. Okay? I can be nice, I give what I can to the homeless when I can. I don't usually say that on here because I'm not trying to get accolades for that, but I do. And I can be nice to people who I feel truly a connection to be nice to, but I can also be a boundary making, tell it like it is bitch to other people. So we're all human. We all have different sides of ourselves. And it is what it is. It doesn't mean you're held up to some impossible standard just because you're in healthcare that you have to all of a sudden never make a mistake and always act like this and always act neutral. And that ties into my work as a card reader. Especially as a therapist or somebody who knows psychology and mental health, I can tell you, we're all human. We all have our views and we have every right to our views. And to come on my channel, which several people did, and say, how dare you for saying your political views, you're supposed to keep that separate from card reading. I never said that this was only a card reading channel. Yes, it is called Naomi Tarot, but it doesn't mean that it's only for card reading. And on top of that, when you claim your taxes as a card reader, you claim it as entertainment. So something that's entertainment, I have every freaking right to say my views on, and it's my channel. Yes, I believe in freedom of speech, but I believe in freedom of speech in the sense that the government shouldn't jail you for saying things, even if they're not nice things to people. If you call a woman the C word, I don't think you should go to jail, right? If you start making threats to somebody's safety based on their race or gender, like threats like you're going to hurt them, then yes, you need to go somewhere. But if you're just saying something that's nasty, unfortunately, you shouldn't go to jail. That's my view. I'm a libertarian. Just the same as, because this is a private YouTube channel owned by me, yes, it's public, but it's owned by me, I get the money sent to my name through YouTube, and I get to decide what videos go on here. I also can decide who I block. I can also decide who I don't want your comment on here. And it doesn't have anything to do with me believing in freedom of speech, because that's a governmental thing. It means I don't think the government should arrest you for saying nasty things to me, but I have every right to get your freaking nasty comments off my channel and not go back and forth with you. So that's to address that point. And I would just say that, regardless of that, I'm going to share my views with you because they do shape who I am as a therapist, who I am as a card reader. And no, I don't have to stay like a blank slate, like I'm just reading this and it doesn't affect anything. Any tarot reader who tells you that is full of it. And if you believe that yourself, that's fine. You can be full of it too. If you don't think that's full of it, if you don't think that that's BS, and you think that you can truly stay neutral as a human being, by the way, where most things in your life are subjective and through your opinion, if you really believe you can be a robot, stay totally neutral, act like AI, and just read your cards with no background, no opinion, no nothing, you do you, honey. You do you. Good job. Good for you. You're the first human being in the existence of history that's cracked that code. But I am going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell it like it is. As a Virgo, Aries does that too. My Aries and Virgos, we're the most blunt sign in the zodiac. And Sagittarius. Aries, Virgo, Sagittarius. We all do it different ways, but we're all blunt, right? People don't always want to hear it. But I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to say my background, part of me being blunt because I'm a Virgo, part of me being a New Yorker. And maybe also because I'm an INFJ. I say what I see. If people don't like it, they don't like to hear about my background and my beliefs, you don't have to subscribe to this channel. You don't have to listen to me. But don't try to shame me into saying that because I'm a tarot reader, I have to be a blank slate like a robot. None of us are robots, sweetie pie. You're not either. None of us are robotic. None of us are emotionless. None of us are people who don't bring some kind of worldview into what we do, whether it's therapy, whether it's being a nurse, a doctor, whether it's being a card reader, astrologer, especially in the healing arts. We all bring our stuff into it. We all bring our views into it. That's why it's almost better to be transparent about how you feel, what your views are, who you are as a person, so people can decide if they resonate with you. Being fake and going on my channel and saying, I just read this messenger card as a blank slate and I don't let my ego intermix with my ability to read cards. I am totally neutral. I'm sorry, but they're full of it. They're full of shit. I don't want to use swear words all the time, but maybe I'm in my, as I said, I've been in my direct masculine energy lately. Okay? I'm not mincing words. I'm going to tell it like it is. They're full of it because no human being that I've ever known of, especially as a therapist, is totally neutral. We all have our bias. We all have our views. And I'm sharing with you what I feel. And in fact, that actually gives you more room to decide if you really resonate with me. I'm doing you a favor. So look at it as we're all humans that bring our own stories to everything we do, and it does affect our ability to do things. It doesn't mean that just because I acknowledge my biases and what I feel and what I think that I can't read cards for you. Of course I can, but it's going to be interpreted from a place where I have these views. Just like somebody who wants to act politically correct, they're probably, I don't want to assume they're all on the left, people who think that way, but let's just say on the right or the left. I don't want to bring politics into this too much. Just somebody who wants to be politically correct all the time and say all is love and all is well, and I don't bring my ego into reading cards. Do you really believe that? Just ask yourself, do you really believe somebody like that? Because I have never met a human being in all of my years of counseling, working as a card reader, working as an astrologer, a life coach, everything, somebody who can totally be a blank slate, not bringing their childhood, not bringing their political views, not bringing their worldview, their ethnicity, their culture, their religion that they were raised with, their spirituality into what they're doing. It affects everything. But that's what's beautiful about all of us, that we're different. And it's okay to say, I have these differences. This is how I am. I'm not always totally neutral. I have these things that I bring in. Yes, you check the things that have maybe happened in your life and question, is it because of this that I'm getting this reading? Is it because of that that I'm getting this reading? But it doesn't mean it doesn't come with you in the reading when you do it. It just means you have to have the discernment to see what lens you're looking through it in. So there's nothing wrong with sharing who you are and what your views are. We're all human. We all have different views. We are all different. And if you truly think that you're especially part of the side that says they embrace differences and they embrace everybody, what would make somebody condemn somebody or tell somebody that they shouldn't have or share their different views? I thought you were, or that type of person was in support of different views. Interesting. Maybe it's just when it's not your views, right? But, it's all right. As I said, I will keep the comment section open, but if it starts getting nasty where I have to keep fighting back and forth, I'm just going to get rid of it because I really just don't want to be bothered with it. It's not that I'm threatened by it or I think you shouldn't have the ability to voice your opinion. It's just kind of like, can't be bothered type of thing. So let's try to keep the comments respectful and not angry and accusatory. But that's some more stuff about me, just so you could get to know me better. And yeah, that's it. And I guess I will talk to you guys later. And as always, keep thinking for yourself. If anything I can tell you, why I affiliate the way I do politically, why I think the way I do spiritually, why I live my life the way I do, trying out different places, going to different, like you saw me in a different place. It didn't work out. I decided not to stay there because they had a huge spike in cases. So I was like, I do not want to deal with another full shutdown again. So I left and came back to the mainland. But I enjoyed it. I'm happy I saw it. I'll go back. Not right now, but I'll go back. And I'll probably go on a long trip there. Not live there, but go on a long trip there. That's just the type of person I am. I'm somebody who likes freedom, whether it's where I go, what I think, what I do. I have a broad view of spirituality. It's pretty free what I do spiritually. That's just who I am. So take it or leave it. If you don't like it, it's okay. But I'm not gonna put up with shame on you, you should do this on my own channel. No, I shouldn't. Nobody should do anything. That's the point. It's not should do anything. You can vote for Trump, you can vote for Biden. I shared my opinion about it, take it or leave it. I'm not telling you you have to do anything. That's not the point. We don't have to do anything. And you don't have to choose me as your reader or the person that you like to watch or whatever. Or you can choose me. It's really up to you. It's all free will. And that's the essence of my message in those videos. I will talk to you later. Bye.